Om Prata Smaramiri Samspuradātma Tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramaham Sagatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptamaveti Nityam Tat Brahma Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangha. That's the invocation to the Sanskrit text Ātma Bodha, which translates to knowledge of the self, knowledge of your own supreme self. And the invocation translates as, early in the morning, I contemplate on that eternal self, which is shining within me in the heart cave, in the cave of my heart. That which illumines the world of the waking state, the world of the dream state, and the world of deep sleep. And therefore it is called the fourth Turiya, the fourth state of consciousness. I am that fourth state of consciousness and not these temporary, fleeting, changing states of the waker, the dreamer, and the deep sleeper. So this needs to be unpacked. The ancient Hindu scriptures tell us that the belief that we are this individual is incorrect. In the waking state, when you're awake, yes, this is who you are. But when you go to sleep and you are dreaming, you might be someone totally different. A rich person could dream that they're poor. A poor person could dream that they won the lottery. So we're neither the waker or the dreamer. And then there's deep sleep, where you experience nothing or nothingness. Nothing is experienced. So what are you in that state? A deep sleeper. You experience nothingness. So what is the common denominator in all of these three states? When you're awake, when you're dreaming, and when you're in deep sleep. What is the one factor, the one permanent thing that pervades the waking, dream, and deep sleep state? That is contemplated upon by a spiritual seeker early in the morning, before the sun rises. Before the sun rises, everyone else is asleep and everything is peaceful. Everything is quiet. So in that peaceful time of the day, before you start thinking about all the things you have to do, the spiritual seeker contemplates on that eternal state, which is beyond the waking, dream, and deep sleep states. And that state is a state of permanent bliss, permanent fulfillment, permanent happiness. It is absolutely fulfilled. Paripurna. Purna means full. Paripurna, absolutely fulfilled. No matter how much you add to it or take away from it, it remains absolutely fulfilled. No matter how many gallons you pour into the ocean doesn't rise up, doesn't get more full. No matter how many gallons you take away from the ocean, it still remains full. It is seemingly absolutely full. In the same way, the fourth state of consciousness, which is beyond the three states that we are familiar with, waking, dream, and deep sleep. That fourth state is a state of absolute fulfillment, absolute permanent happiness, satisfaction. And that is what we seek when we study scriptures in the early morning hours. We seek to better understand, better acquaint ourselves with this unknown, ignored state of consciousness. It is the state of pure consciousness, or consciousness in its purest form, in its pure form, nothing else in it. When you're awake, consciousness is present. You are aware of whatever you're aware of in the waking state, and that consciousness is seemingly tainted by the waking state, whatever it is that you're perceiving or feeling or thinking about. When you're in dream state, you're conscious of the dream. And when you're in deep sleep state, you're conscious of nothingness, of deep sleep. So all of these three states are conditioned states. The consciousness is conditioned by these three states. It is not in its pure form. The pure form of consciousness is deep inside your personality, covered by all kinds of thoughts and desires and agitations and worries and anxieties. All kinds of things are enveloping it, are covering it. It is the treasure that lies deep inside every human being. As Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. There is a state of pure bliss that resides in each and every human being, because it is all-pervading. Pervades the entire waking state and beyond, pervades the dream state and beyond, pervades the deep sleep state and beyond. It is infinite. It is not bound by the limitations of time, space, or causation. It is not sad when you are sad. It is not happy when you are happy. It is always absolutely fulfilled, yet we remain totally ignorant of it because we have not sought it, we have not looked for it, we have not pursued it. So early in the morning, prata smarami, I contemplate on that eternal, all-pervading reality, which illumines the waking, dream, and deep sleep state. And it is the fourth state of consciousness, a state of pure consciousness, absolutely fulfilled, a state of supreme happiness. That imperishable, that immutable, consciousness is what I am in truth, in reality, in the absolute sense, and not these perishable, changing physical, mental, and intellectual equipments that change and perish. I am that eternal, absolutely fulfilled reality. And that is what I contemplate on to try and reach early in the morning. I spend time contemplating on the eternal to reach that eternal abode of absolute peace and bliss.